Hi there, my name is Ewan Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Remembering Love. If you're new to this is a channel where we do videos on the subjects of healing childhood trauma and all the various things in between. If you're not new to this channel and you're back to watch another video, thank you very much for coming back. I appreciate your patience as I've had a little bit of a hiatus from making videos over the course of summer. It's been summer here in Spain and I've just had a little bit of a break. I've been chilling like a villain down at the pool with my kids, and there are times where I just feel like I don't have a lot to say, or there's nothing really on my mind. I don't want to kind of force these videos, and then I go through periods where I have a lot to say and a lot comes up, and maybe I'm about to enter one of those periods. I don't know. This isn't my full-time thing, as you can see by the amount of views that I get. I'd be probably in dire straits if it was. And I've been very busy with work as well and other things, but I do intend to kind of get back onto a weekly schedule, so stay tuned for that. Now, the subject of today's video and the theme I'd like to explore is what it is to be here. And you could say, well, being here is really obvious. Here is here. And on one level we use the word here. I'm here, pick me up, I'm at this location. And we kind of don't give it much thought than that. But we often hear this expression, living in the here and now. And the now part, out of the time and space part, gets a lot of attention, like, the issue of where is now and what is living in the now. But I think the issue of where is here, like where is here? And today I'd like to look at two aspects of the question of here-ness. The first is just the physicality of where we are and how present are we with that reality, and then the interior issue of here, like where are we inside ourselves, we're in the psychological landscape of where we are, and how do we pay more attention to and give more awareness to the here-ness of where we are, both from an interior position and an exterior position. So to begin with, let's look at the geography of here. So I can say, where am I now? I'm here. And where is here? I am in my office in the city of Malaga, in the province of Malaga, in the region of Andalusia, in the country of Spain, in the continent of Europe, in the planet Earth, which is X amount of 3 planets from the sun, in the solar system, in the Milky Way, etc., etc. And we can sort of drill all that down. And our here-ness physically is in relation to space, and it's in relation to kind of what's around us. And we can accurately say, this is where I am. I mean, you can question about, is this a simulation? Is this real? But, within the framework of what we know reality to be, I can confidently say, I am here. I am in my office right now. I am looking at this camera. This is where I am. I'm here as this physical presence. And my here-ness is in relation to the camera, to the walls, to my surroundings. And I can reference myself here by these external realities, this city. And we map it out and we direct it. And on one level, we just take for granted, of course, I'm here in my office because here I am. Yet, how much of our time is spent where we are somewhere else? And although we're physically somewhere, I'm here in my office, I'm there in the shower, I'm there in the car, I'm there in the kitchen, I'm there walking to pick up my kid from basketball, etc. How often am I there or here? And I think if we're really honest, and I'm honest with myself, a lot of the here-ness that I experience, I'm somewhere else. I am having a conversation with my wife about something we spoke about earlier. I'm imagining a future event. I'm going over the past. I'm configuring the future. But often I'm not here. I am, in my mind at least, somewhere else. And it makes sense. On one level you could say, look, that's just being human. Imagining, thinking, fantasizing, having conversations is part of our human experience. But I think it's become so dominant that we just assume that is the way it is. But at times I think it is helpful to bring ourselves back to here, to reference ourselves being here, back in our bodies, in our emotions, in the physicality of where we are, to be present with brushing our teeth, to be present with the food we're eating, to be physically present with the people we're present with. And I think it's just easy to say, well, of course I'm here, but are we here? Are we really here? Are we really present with the here-ness of this moment, of this locality, or are we somewhere else in our minds? And I think it's worth considering. I think it's worth stopping now and saying, where am I? Like, I wake up every day and I walk around my house and everything's assumed it's exactly as it is, but is it? Like, is everything exactly the same? What is it to be here, to be really fresh, to look at things anew, to be present here? And I think when we have histories of trauma, our experience of here-ness, our experience of now-ness can be very painful. It can be violent, it can be abusive, it can be traumatic, obviously. And it makes sense that wherever here is, we want to get away from here. We want to use our minds and our imaginations to remove ourselves from here. But there is this process in healing of coming back to here, coming back to being present. In one of the books I have there, The Body Remembers, a very basic technique in therapy is if your client starts having flashbacks and they start emotionally cascading, there is a technique to bring them back to here. Like, describe what you see in the room, describe some physical senses, touch your hands, like reorientate yourself back to here. Because here you're not being abused. Here the trauma is active on a memory, not on the reality of what's happening right now in front of you and your therapist. So the act of reorientating ourselves back to here can be very helpful and I think very healing. The second aspect of here-ness is more subjective, which is the here-ness of where are we in our psychological states. Like, where is here from an interior position? So I wake up in the morning, I do a meditation, I feel very serene, so I'm sailing on the sea of serenity. I exit my office, I get my kids up, they start fighting, and I'm suddenly transported to the canyon of crankiness or whatever it is, or the ground of grumpiness, and suddenly the landscape of my interior position changes very rapidly. And often the change is based on external triggers, whether it's my kids, whether it's my wife, whether it's something I read on the news, whatever it may be. My sense of interior orientation, of here-ness, like where am I in my psychological state, seems very governed and very dictated and determined by external dynamics on the way people are towards me or are not towards me. And my internal landscape can be shifting from sadness to irritation to happiness to joy all around throughout the day. And it's worth orientating ourselves from a healing perspective, just to acknowledge, not necessarily to change where I am, but to say, here I am. This is where I am psychologically, emotionally. This is my interior state, rather than kind of just quickly looking to change it. Because there is this process we have where we're constantly looking to grab hold of the things we like, push away the things we dislike, and in the process we're not really acknowledging where is here psychologically, where is here emotionally, what is going on right now. And I feel like one of the challenges we have is holding steady to a position independent of our external stimulation. And not even external. Some days I just wake up feeling not grumpy, but just heavy and weighted. And I definitely know if I'm really tired, I find it hard to be happy when I'm exhausted. I tend to kind of get a little bit cranky, a little bit grumpy. When I'm hungry, I definitely get anxious and hangry. So sometimes my physical state, just my physical body, seems to invoke an emotional state. So suddenly I'm really tired, I have a cup of coffee, I seem to get more alert, and suddenly my emotional state changes. So there are these external stimulations that reorientate our here-ness. There are internal physical sensations which reorientate our here-ness. You stub your toe, you suddenly go from being very relaxed to suddenly very angry and in a lot of pain. So there's a sense of our physicality, our relationship to our external environment, emotionally and practically, is constantly moving our here-ness around. And I think in the process of healing, what I find helpful isn't necessarily saying I should be somewhere else. Like, I'm unhappy and I should be over here in my happy place, and how do I get there? And then when I get there, how do I stay there? Rather, there's this process of saying, where am I? In the here-ness of where I am, where am I? Like, where is here What's really going on in me? Because there can be this psychological orientation to where we think we should be emotionally, where we want to be, without the acknowledgement of where are we? Where is here mentally, emotionally, and psychologically? Where am I? What's going on? And and I go on about this in the videos, but I think it's a really pertinent and important thing to re-emphasize is our awareness of where we are is critical in understanding and changing where we are. But often we're so preoccupied getting somewhere else other than here that we don't even know where here is. How can we shift it? How can we radically change it if we're constantly in denial of here, in avoidance of here, in numbing of here, or escaping from here? Where is here? Where am I? I'm in this room. I'm in my study in Malaga. Here I am physically. Where am I here emotionally? Where am I psychologically? Where is here an interior position? And how do I just be here? How do I just acknowledge this is where here is? And it may sound benign and it may sound uninspiring, but just that act of orientating ourselves and acknowledging I'm here, I'm in this place, this physical location and this interior location, and that's okay. I don't have to be anywhere else. I'm just here, and I have to be with here. I have to acknowledge here, or not, in the sense of you don't have to, but as you do, there is something that comes with that, a kind of peacefulness, an acceptance, a lack of resistance, a lack of struggle, just to say, here I am. So look, I hope this has helped. I hope this has given you some insight and understanding to kind of look and say, where are you? Where is here for you physically? Where are you? Where is here for you emotionally? Like, where are you right now as you watch this video? To pay attention to what is going on inside of you. And to stop throughout your day if you can, and just stop and say, here I am. I'm in my car and I'm driving. I'm in this location. And here I am feeling a bit anxious or feeling a bit irritated or feeling kind of happy. And here I am. Just to be with that, there is a lot of power and healing in that process. So look, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's made sense. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I generally put out more or less, most of the time, videos out every week. Please take care of yourself, and good luck and goodbye.